How much do you value your time? Hopefully it's a lot. And if not, I want to show you exactly why you should be valuing your time and how Elon Musk spends his time like the wealthy and how a billionaire does it. You see, before we get into how we can plan our day like a billionaire, which is a question I've always wanted to ask myself, you need to understand why I'm doing this. I myself want to become a startup founder. And in order to become a great startup founder, I've got to learn from the best. And Elon Musk is a perfect example of a serial entrepreneur, meaning in fancy terms that he's built, created, sold many various companies. So how does he do it all? Well, this is the biggest lesson that I've learned from reading his biography from Walter Isaac. And this is what I've personally gotten. Maybe it's different for you, but this is what I've learned that billionaires do different to everyday people. The first thing is that they don't think in days, weeks, months, years. They're always thinking in decades, right? They're always thinking in such long-term plays. While we're playing checkers, they're playing chess, right? They're playing a whole different ball game. You know, we worry about how do I make the payment by the end of the month, which is a massive problem that we have to take care of. But these people are just thinking in lengths and lengths and lengths and, you know, yonks from what we're thinking of. And that's just a massive shift in my mindset that I've personally just been like, that's the difference. The second thing is that Elon Musk, his mission for one of his companies, SpaceX, is, you know, it's not to, you know, help people, you know, get better at math or a tutor. His mission is to bring humans to Mars. It is so big that he has to get all of his resources and everyone he knows and a bunch of great engineers together to make sure that this thing happens. Or maybe we might die as a species because someday our Earth is going to be more populated than ever and there won't be enough of us to live. So he's planning that far in advance. They're not saying that it's a bad thing to tutor for math, but I'm just saying that they think in such a big mission that pulls a lot of people towards one direction. And lastly, and most importantly, which is the topic for today, is time. How much do we really value our time, right? Where are we spending our time? The issue is that time is a finite resource. We can't get back our time, even if we tried, right? Money simply can't buy it. As of, you know, 2025, you can't live forever. Maybe there's something in the very far future that allows us to live for longer than expected. But as of now in the recording, we can't get back our time, unfortunately. And that's why Elon Musk is just such an extraordinary example because he does so much. So let me show you the companies, right? The list of companies that he currently runs. Tesla Motors, obviously we know. SpaceX, of course, X, formerly Twitter, which he bought recently. The Boring Company, Neuralink, and XAI. Imagine one company most people struggle to do. This guy has almost 7, and we're not even including OpenAI, which he is a co-founder as he put a lot of capital towards that. So your next question may be wondering, well, Dante, how could he possibly run all those companies? Which we all know he does, but some people can't even fathom how that would even work, right? So that's why I created this planner of what he actually uses. So this is how you can do all those in one day. And our time is more valuable than our money. And it's almost like how we treat our money. I mean, if we spend too much money, we're not going to get a lot of that back and we're going to waste it. Same with our time. Where is your time going? Okay. Is your time hanging out with friends, playing video games? You know, maybe spending too much time on things you know you shouldn't do. Right? Time, there has to be a sacrifice of what you need to get done and what needs to be done. So if you really want to get your goal for 2025 and be super productive, I mean, super productive to the finite details, this is how I would honestly do it. So this is the sheet that I've made to replicate what Elon Musk does. Obviously, I don't know exactly what he does because I don't know the guy. But from what I've learned and from what I hear about and what I've read about, this is exactly how he does it, which is this 5-minute planner, which I really want to show you. So here it is. As you can see, this is going to be 5 minutes for every single thing you do in a day until you go to bed. All right. It's honestly really simple, and you really just need to place it in a Google Sheets like this. Obviously, I've got it all done out Monday to Friday. And as you can see, it's very simple. You've got the start of the day, which is 7 a.m., to the end of the day, which is here at 10 p.m. And then we obviously have our goal, and then the cycle repeats. So a really good experiment that you can try. And look, you don't have to do this straight away, but what I would recommend is just wondering how you're spending your time. What I would do is I would record what I'm doing for, let's say, every half an hour, every 10 minutes, maybe not 5 minutes, because for most people that's a bit extreme. Obviously it works, but you want to kind of at the end of the day tell exactly what you did, and throughout the day make sure that, okay, at the end of 1 hour, what have I done in that time? That's how you're going to know you're going to be frugal with your time, and you're not going to just spend it scrolling social media. And the best thing about trying to track your time in order to reach your goals is that you're going to understand what you did, because you're going to go, well, yeah, in the morning I probably spent too much time on social media, and you kind of put like, okay, 7 a.m. or 7:30 to 8, I was eating breakfast and watching social media. And then maybe you got distracted and, you weren't working from 9 till, 10. Because you were, maybe social media was scrolling, you just got bored and you got distracted, which is completely fine. That's not a problem. But the thing is that, if you really want to achieve your goal, you just really need to put it into consistency and knowing where your time is going every single day, so that at the end of each day, you can say that I've actually done something, I've been productive, and I've actually achieved something that's worth value, right? So an example would obviously just be like, I put an activity, 5, jumped out of bed, brushed my teeth, walked to the kitchen, make breakfast, eating, exercise, probably do that for about an hour or so. And then that's like a basic routine or morning routine. I think the biggest paradigm shift for me was, there's this thing that when I work from home, called the lunch slump. And, it's notorious for some salespeople doing it, where they'll take like an hour-long lunch break. And the thing is, you need to realize is that, how long does it actually physically take you to eat a meal? So when, I'm still working a part-time job, I'll only have a 15-minute break. And at home, it's funny because I'll take way longer than 15 minutes to have my break. I'll probably take half an hour, because it probably takes me 15 minutes to actually cook a meal, which I had time to do, and then like another 15 minutes. But if you have a meal, you heat it up, it's already done from the day before, you eat it in 15 minutes, and that's your break, right? And it's a paradigm shift, because spending 1 hour on a break, you could have done in 15 minutes. It only takes you physically 15 minutes to actually have your break, eat your meal, and then be recharged, right? Now, I'm not saying, obviously per second, make sure that it's to the nearest second that, you're timing yourself, which you should do actually. But obviously burnout's a real thing, and know that in this planner, you have time to wind down, or maybe it's exercise, which I love doing. And I think that helps me wind down or kind of get off the stress. And I love doing it in the morning to make myself have a clear mind. And that's really it. I mean, it's really basic. And all you've got to do is simply just place in what you're doing. So as an experiment, like I said, you need to do this as an action point, which I will provide you this document in the description. You just have to comment the words Elon Musk in the comments, and then I'll send this to you. That way that you can do this from Monday till Friday, and then you will see where you're spending your time. And then in the weekend, you can say, well, hey, I spent over like 5 hours on social media, or I spent 10 hours on social media this whole week. In those 10 hours, that's a whole extra day that I could have gone to be used towards my goals. Like you see how that's kind of working out. So I just wanted to make this quick video because myself, I want to build a startup, which I'm currently doing. And I've started it last year. I haven't got any customers, but I'm trying to learn, obviously, how to become the best version of myself and actually want to reach my goals and create, obviously, a successful company to be able to help people around me. And that's what I think the greatest part of entrepreneurship is. So if you do like this content, please comment the word Elon Musk and I'll send this to you directly. Give me email or your Instagram, whatever you like. And I'll send this out to you. And it's just fun knowing like what you're spending your time doing, because it's a great experiment to know that, hey, maybe I'm not as great in my time as I thought it was, but now you know exactly where it's going to be spent. And then you can actually start planning it and using it as a daily planner. And those habits maybe is so they're not going to get you billionaire, but they're going to get you a lot better than where you thought you were. And I can guarantee that if you actually use this, you would easily be able to reach your goals, because there's not a single minute wasted. Like 5 minutes. 5 minutes. It's insane. So please, if you do like this, please subscribe and continue the journey, because I'm going to be posting content like this and posting valuable lessons that I'm learning on my journey as a startup founder, first-time startup founder. And yeah, whatever goals you guys have, please put them in the comments as well, because I'm curious to know what you want to achieve and you know, what ambitious goals you're trying to chase. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate you spending your time. Like I said, it is the most valuable resource and you've just spent it with me. So I'm very grateful for that. And I did not want to waste it. I only want to give value out and I don't want anything in return. All right. So please have a great day and I'll see you in the next one.